everybody. I want to welcome every one of us to today's meeting. I want to say thank you for your love and interest in this meeting every Wednesday. How has our day been? So I want us to refresh ourselves on what we learned last week. So we discussed one a very interesting topic last week. We talked about business interruption. That is, last week we were able to understand that so many people, why so many businesses, go under after a fire loss is simply because there is no business interruption in place. We were made to understand that last week, that yes, if you have business interruption in place, apart from if you have a fire insurance, and because you must have fire insurance, we're told that we learned that fire business interruption insurance, there is always a proviso on links. That is, you will have fire insurance before your fire insurance will speak, will respond to the loss before your business interruption can now respond to the loss. So we're made to understand that last week, that if you have a business interruption insurance, even if there's a loss, you can always bounce back to business. So that's the essence of insurance. When you are into business, and taking business interruption insurance is not a luxury. It's just part of business survival strategy. If you know that this business, nothing must happen to it, even in the face of the loss, you know that you have that peace of mind that yes, you can always bounce back because you have put the necessary thing in place. So business interruption insurance is one of the things to be considered when you are doing business and when you are looking at survival, when you are looking at business survival. So on that note, once again, I want to say thank you for joining me this evening. Yes, we celebrated the International Women's Day. I want to say Happy Women's Day in areas, and our men to celebrate them. So today we'll be looking at another topic on how to preserve your earnings in business despite litigation. I hope you can all hear me. Can you hear me? Please, I need the response in the house.
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you very much.
We can hear you.
Thank you very much. So today, Ola, you are welcome. I want to thank you for joining me for the first time. So I want us to look at today's topic: how to preserve your earnings in business despite litigation. Litigation. When we talk about litigation, what that literally means is legal action. Legal action. When you are in business, the savings or the profits you have earned over time, once the legal action starts, there can be a legal action against the business that can take away all your profits. So in business, when you are into business and you want your earnings to be, when you want your profit to be preserved, one of the key things, one of the key insurance products you need to consider is liability insurance. Today, we'll be discussing liability insurance in general and product liability in specific. And liability insurance simply means the insurance that will respond to you as an insured when you have when your customer bring up a legal action, when your customer institutes a legal action against you in the court of law, you wouldn't need to spend your money. I'm sure that could be strange to some of us. You don't need to spend your money. You don't even need to spend your money if you have liability, when you have a legal action against you, instead against you, what part of insurance would speak to that? Liability insurance. So businesses are established to provide goods and or services to customers. Under Customer Protection Act, consumer may institute a legal action against you. I mean, if consumer take your product and it's like it's not satisfied or they are suffered some loss of discomfort, then institute a legal action against you. And the insurance that will speak to that is product liability. So this evening, we'll be talking about product liability. Just like I have read it earlier, the product liability is that, when you are, maybe you are into manufacturing or you are a supplier of goods or you don't, anything that has to do with products. When your consumer, make use of your products and they suffer loss or they suffer discomfort, that, oh, this is as a result. Let me cite an example. I remember one of my friends just told me that, when he told me about the loss of the father, I was like, it was the man's sick. She now narrated the ordeal to me. She said, the father, nothing happened to the father. The man just went to the pharmacy, to buy his normal routine drugs. Do you know? And the drug was now the person that sold the drug to the man sold maybe the man is supposed to use like 500 grams. Maybe the person now sold 1,000 grams. Do you understand that kind of thing? The wrong prescription was sold to the man. Do you know that was the genesis of the sickness of that man? And before you know, the man died. Now, if the family of that man that died, if they decide to say, oh, this pharmacy, they sold this drug to our father, and as a result of that, the drug that our father got from this pharmacy, the man died. They can sue that pharmacy, they can sue the person, in the court of law, and they can decide to sue the person for any amount of money that they deem fit. Then the judge will now rule over the court will now rule over that judgment. They might say, oh, because our father bought this drug from you, we are suing you for 50 million naira, for 100 million naira, and they can sue. When it comes to product liability or any form of liability insurance, it is at the discretion of the person, the person that is instituting the legal action against you. You call them defendants, and I forgot the words they use now. The plaintiff. So it's at the discretion of the person who is suing you. You might say, oh, I'm suing you for 1 billion naira. I'm suing for. So liability insurance is what speak. So instead of you to dip your hand or to use all your capital in business to be looking into legal action, liability insurance does that for you. So this evening we're talking about product liability, and the product liability is just like our cited example. The man has said, oh, maybe you are into supply of drugs, and maybe your customer now realize that it took the drug you supplied to him, and as a result of that, he's sick and is not able to carry out his normal business and all that. He can sue you for legal in court that, oh, it is a product that I use that causes discomfort, and it is product liability insurance that responds to that. I hope we can all relate with what I've said this. Now, product liability. The product liability insurance protects the insured against the claims alleged to the insured as a result of goods supplied to the insured. As in, just like I've cited example that maybe you are into. Another example is, let's say you are running the restaurant. Let me cite another example. Maybe, or you are a food manufacturer. Maybe you are producing drink, and somebody that's okay, Now, someone now say, okay, it's because of your drink or your product that I drank that made me to have all this stomach. If it can be traced to it, that no, it's not. The person might set, oh, I'm suing this company. So there are a lot of, I mean, consumer protection and gives consumers rights to institute to institute legal action against the manufacturer or um, anybody who is into um, goods and services business. You can be sued for your action and inaction or for your negligence. So product liability insurance speaks to such. So that is what product liability insurance does. So now let us look at the standard cover, policy cover. Now, this product liability insurance, it provides cover against consequential loss incurred by a third party, only if the insured is directly liable to the loss. How do I mean by that? The consequential loss incurred by third party. Now, just like when I was explaining third party to what I said, you like you the insurance company is the first party. You that you have a contract with the insurance are the second party. So the third party is that person that is being affected. But liability insurance are always for the sake of the third party. So now, if let's say, okay, for example, maybe you are a manufacturer, or let's say you are into restaurant. I just want to bring this in. I'm looking for a good example to bring all my points. Now, let's say you are into food, and maybe you now went to that restaurant to take food. I mean, and immediately maybe shortly after eating the food, you just start like tired running stomach, you start running to you are vomiting, you are swelling and everything, and it was straight. And by the time you now went to the hospital, the doctor now say, oh, it's food poisoning as a result of your food. And maybe it has stopped you to do your work for like 2-3 days. You would have lost some, if you have gone to your, let's say you are into a business. So, maybe because of that discomfort you suffered, you are not able to open your own shop. So that is the consequential. You remember last week when we talked about business interruption insurance, I said it's also called consequential loss insurance. That is, the loss that occurred contingent to because of what they happen. This happened because of that thing that first happened. So the consequential loss that your customer would have suffered, maybe because he took your food, was not able to go to his own working place. So the liability insurance cover, the man will now say that because I have not been able to go to because of my discomfort through your product that I made use of, that's why I'm not been able to earn my own income. So if the person is suing you, it is your product liability insurance that will now cater for it. I believe we can all relate to what I'm saying this evening. It might be strange to us, but it is reality. It happens. It's because in this part of the world, in Nigeria, most of us don't, when anything happens, we don't think of going to the court of law. We see lawyers as maybe what are they doing this? This is why this program has come to say to really give us some of this enlightenment. So another further cover for the product line is injury or damage or death resulting from supply of your product. Just like I cited the example of my father's friend that died because he took that drug that he bought from the pharmacy. So if the family of if they decide to sue that pharmacy, they will be able to, the judgment will be drawn in their favor. If they decide to say, oh, we are suing this pharmacy for X amount of money, so that's the judgment. And your own product liability insurance is what will not speak to that. You don't have to take money from your own business to pay that. Hope you can all get it. Then another thing is aggregate limit as defined by the insured. If you say no, I want to pick up product liability for maybe 50 billion naira or whatever amount, you know it's an annual product liability is an annual policy. So once you pick it, if the maximum liability of the underwriter will be that which you have set for yourself. So that's what I mean by aggregate limits as defined by the insured. I hope you can all relate to that. So what are the factors that determine selection of aggregate limits? So the nature of your business, depending on the type of business, and that will determine, okay, I want to set like maybe 2 million or 10 million, depending on you. It's at the discretion of the insured. Is it my network that is? Can you still hear me? Is it my network that is that? I did the rest, but please, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me clearly? It's like
I
my
can hear
network
you.
is disrupted. Okay, thank you. So, if the nature of the business determines the aggregate limits, capacity of the insured, that is how much the insured can part with as premium. You know, the insurance, the consideration you pay is premium. Then regulatory requirements and claim history. All these are factors that determine. Please let's mute our mind so that there won't be background noise. Thank you very much. I really appreciate all of you. So the regulatory requirements, there are some businesses or professions like maybe lawyers, doctors, brokers, that they will need professional indemnity is also a form of liability insurance. So regulatory requirements also is a factor that makes you to say, oh, I want to go into liability insurance and all that. Then the claim history. Now, just like I told us that I'm talking about liability insurance generally, but with specific public liability. So I've just discussed public liability. So other forms of insurance, liability insurance we have are the product liability insurance that's discussed, professional indemnity. That is if you are a professional, like maybe accountants, doctors, lawyers, brokers, stockbrokers, insurance brokers, all of those professions, they need professional indemnity insurance. So when they advise their clients wrongly, or if their clients suffer any loss due to the professional advice, and that professional indemnity is what we speak when their clients sue them for damages. So employers' liabilities too, employers who are liable to their employees. And if an employee suffers damage, maybe an employee suffers maybe a sickness due to unconducive working environment that the employer has provided for the employee. Employee might try to sue the employer. So we call that one employer's liability. So the employer will have to spend his business money. It is the employer's liability insurance that will speak for that. Then directors and officers liability. So directors of companies, when they make mistake and there is a legal action against them, the directors liability insurance speaks to that. Contractual liability insurance, there is a contract and contract for maybe your other party or suing you for something that something has done wrong. The contract I gave you, you perform not to that. So contractual liability speaks to that. So what am I trying to say? That all this liability that liability means when you are liable to a form of an offense or something went wrong and you are the one that is directly involved, you are the one responsible for it. So if there is if you are liable to any of such, the liability insurance to that. So because of our time, I want to give us opportunity for question now. So please, if you have any question, ask me. Never just take lights. So we are moving on.
Okay. Well done, madam. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah. The question I want to ask, this product liability insurance, I'm just hearing it for the first time today.
Okay.
And, that's to say that you're doing a good job, very good job. Okay, now the question is that if, okay, like you have taught us today, that the person, okay, from the example you made, somebody that owns a pharmaceutical company or pharmacy shop,
Yes.
that owner of the pharmacy shop is the person that will do the insurance, right? Is the
Yes.
insured, right?
Is insured.
Okay. How is it calculated? Is it I don't know, the number of are they going to put a tag on all are you guys going to put a tag on the products in the shop to know how to, and then when a situation,
please mute your mic, please. There are some people
Sorry?
are talking under. Some people are talking underground. Please mute your mic. Okay, I'm listening, ma'am.
So what I'm saying is that, what if the person that got the victim's family wants to sue for like 20 million naira, and the insurance does not even measure up to quarter of that? What I'm trying to say is that, okay, let's say, I don't know how you go about the product liability insurance.
Okay.
I don't know, but from what you said now, the victim can just decide that, okay, you have your error, your mistake killed my father, and I'm suing you for maybe damages, and I'm laying claim on maybe 20 million naira. And I don't know if you are not getting what I'm saying.
No, I'm getting you. I want you to learn.
I'm just wondering that the victim can decide to sue for any amount.
Yes.
But what if it does not even, the amount they are measuring, the victim is suing for does not measure up to even quarter of what the insured has put in for?
Okay.
The product liability.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you understand the question?
I understand it perfectly, man. I really appreciate it for that question, man. Now, just like when I was talking about the factors in the selection of the factors that determine the selection of aggregate limit. What do I mean by that aggregate limit? Aggregate limit is like, okay, maybe, okay, you are like, okay, for in this, it's an annual contract. Liability insurance, you do it annually. So as maybe a pharmaceutical shop, you can say, okay, I want to insure my shop against product liability for 10 million naira, for example. Now, what I mean by aggregates, you might say, okay, for everybody that comes to make claim, 10 million naira. Or you might say, okay, 100 million naira. For each of person that's making claim, the maximum I'll be giving one person will be 10 million naira. So the aggregate is the total. So in a year, you are like, okay, we want to insure for like 100 million. So maybe one person has come, he claimed 20 million, so no, it will remain 80 million and all that. But once the limit is exhausted, that is That is why I said that is the maximum liability of the underwriter. It depends on you. You know the nature of your business, and you know the people can come up with the damages and all that. So whatever you insure is the maximum liability the underwriter will come up to. If you insure your aggregate liability to be 10 million and you now have a claim of 20 million, insurer will only pay you that 10 million to go and source for the remaining 10 million, because the aggregate limit you have given the insurer is 10 million. But you now have liability of 20 million naira. So, but you have insured only 10 million. So the underwriter will pay you 10 million, then you now source for the balance of 10 million to make 20 million. I believe you understand.
Okay.
Can you relate with us?
Yes, I do. Yes, I understand now. Thank you.
So that's why I said factors determining, and I said claim history. If you have been in business for the past 10 years, you know that, oh, in the course of the year, I always have like damage of 20, 50 million. You can say, okay, you want to insure 50 million or 100 million. It depends. That's why I said claim history. And if you have been in business for the past 10, 20 years, you have not been making claim, you can still keep it minimum because you don't know when the claim will fall. So claim history is always a factor of, okay, because of the precedent, you can always shoot it up at times. Oh, we exhausted our liability insurance aggregates last year. Let us beef it up a little bit this year. No, it depends on the nature of the business you are doing. And it depends on that type of liability insurance. If the liability that may not claim life, I mean, may not be as huge as maybe 100 million and all that. If it's just that, okay, you suffer some loss and you are back to your feet, you may not claim. And it not depend on the discretion of the judge. It is whatever the court will ask. The claimant might say, oh, I'm suing this company for 100 million. And by the time they pull it back and forth, the judge might say, okay, I'm ruling the judgment at 10 million. Do you understand? So it is that court injunction that will now overrule everything. I believe you can relate with that, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. So do I have another person with question? Hello? I need more response. Let me check my video. So those are the factors. Okay, Mr. Peter, can you unmute and ask your question, sir?
Okay. Thank you very much for the presentation, and the topic was well selected. My question is this: that this liability insurance that you are talking about, does it only cover the business only, or it covers other areas? For instance, a situation where a company has a vehicle, and that vehicle, possibly you have a truck, and that truck is traveling incidentally, it had an accident. Even though the truck is insured, but probably it led to accident, and the victim now sue one to court as a result of the accident that occurred. So the question is the insurance for disruption of business cover that, or is it the insurance that was done with vehicle that will cover that? I just want clarification on that area.
Okay, thank you very much. I really appreciate that question. You see, insurance is very vast, and that is why, and it is product specific. Now, you are just saying that the truck, it is a truck. So there will be an insurance for that truck. If that truck is comprehensively insured, it will cater for whatever the legal liability that might arise from that. It's only if it is third party that was on that show that I mean, it may not get to the tune of that liability that the person might decide to sue the business owner against. So it is expected that the product liability do not speak for vehicle insurance. It is specific, just like professional indemnity. You know, I made mention of some of the liability insurance. Each of those liability will only speak to that type of liability they have been insured. That has been affected. Product liability will only speak, will only respond to the liability as a result of the products supplied. Employer's liability will only respond to legal action against the employer by the employee. Contractual liability. So insurance is specific in nature. Insurance address each of the risks. No, the risks are bad. That is why insurance remain relevant, because as new risks are emerging, insurance always look at create cover that will attend to such risks. So insurance is risk specific. I believe I've been able to answer you, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Do I have another person? We are exhausted our time. If I have, but I can still attend to one more question. Those of you watching me on Facebook Live, I want to appreciate you. If you have any question, you can type it. I will respond to the question later. And I usually upload this meeting. It's recorded, and I usually upload it to my YouTube. You can always visit my YouTube channel, the Grace Ojo blog channel. Once you type Grace Ojo blog, you will see all my previous edition. So you can always catch up with any of the recordings. And I really want you to keep broadcasting the link once you receive it. I want to appreciate every one of us. Do I still have another person with question? If I do not have another person with question, I want to say thank you for joining me on this program again this evening. And I want to invite you ahead of time again next week, Wednesday, between 5:30 and 6 p.m. I want to say thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. Let me stop my. See the people that are with me. Top Zero Chola, thank you for joining me. Akim Partner of Funny Bank. Oh, people are mending now, and I didn't receive so many questions. Thank you. I really appreciate everybody to have joined me this evening on this program. Those of you on Facebook and those that will watch the recorded version, I want to say thank you ahead of time. So let's meet again next week, same time between 5:30 and 6 p.m. every Wednesday. Do have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, sir. Have a wonderful evening.